Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a third-year accounting student right now, you might be thinking your future day-to-day is just going to be, endless spreadsheets and desktop calculators. Well, think again. Today, we're exploring the 5-tier AI framework that is actively reshaping the exact financial workforce you are preparing to enter. The landscape is shifting incredibly fast, and understanding this tech, it's going to give you a massive competitive edge. So, let's jump right in.
We're going to climb what I like to call the ladder of autonomy. We'll quickly hit traditional AI, generative AI, multimodal AI, AI agents, and finally, agentic AI. Okay, before we get into the specific software, let's set our baseline. AI in accounting isn't just some magic button that does your job for you. It's actually a progression of technologies designed to classify financial data, draft documentation, process mixed media, execute tasks, and basically run complex workflows. Ultimately, the whole point of this progression is to eliminate that tedious data entry, which frees you up to focus your energy on high-level review, analysis, and real strategy.
Section 1. Traditional AI, the data organizer.
This first tier is highly focused on classifying expenses and matching data. It completely takes the heavy lifting out of basic bookkeeping. So instead of you manually checking every single line item against a bank statement, the system just does all that initial sorting and categorizing for you.
And we're already seeing this in the wild right now. Software platforms like Blackline and Xero use traditional AI to match invoices to purchase orders, detect duplicate payments before they even happen, and flag unusual journal entries for your review. Blackline, for instance, heavily supports transaction matching and financial close automation, while Xero handles accounting automation for small business tasks. It is absolutely the crucial bedrock of modern accounting efficiency.
Moving on to Tier 2, generative AI, creating content.
Stepping up the ladder, the tech shifts from simply organizing numbers to actually creating content. Instead of staring at a blank screen when you're trying to write out complex memos or variance analyses, this tier provides you with immediate, high-quality first drafts generated directly from the data.
Tools like Intuit QuickBooks and Microsoft Copilot for Finance leverage generative AI to summarize reconciliation issues and draft audit support narratives. Imagine Copilot looking at a sudden spike in Q3 expenses and instantly drafting a paragraph explaining that variance for your management report. You completely transition from being the primary writer to the strategic editor.
Tier 3, multimodal AI, the ultimate processor.
This tier is literally a game changer because it can simultaneously see and understand entirely different types of documents to extract and compare vital audit evidence. It processes receipts, invoices, and transaction data together, totally seamlessly.
Companies like Dext and QuickBooks use multimodal AI to read unstructured invoice images, extract receipt details, and then automatically connect those physical documents with your digital records. It completely eliminates the absolute pain of manually typing data from a crumpled coffee receipt into an expense system.
Now, I want you to really think about this for a second. What if AI didn't just read the data or draft a memo, but actually executed the accounting tasks entirely independently? Like, how does your role change when the software stops being just a helpful assistant and starts actually doing the physical clicking and routing of the work?
That question brings us to Tier 4, AI agents, autonomous action.
At this stage, the AI interacts directly with your firm's ERP system. It executes specific, bounded tasks without you having to click a single button. You just give it a goal, and it navigates the software to achieve it.
In massive enterprise environments, platforms like UiPath and SAP use AI agents to process invoices, route approvals, and even request missing documentation from vendors. SAP, for example, offers finance automation capabilities that handle cash application workflows totally autonomously. The agents do all the routine clicking and routing, and they only flag the really complex exceptions for human review. Now, a quick aside here, because it's super important not to confuse Tier 4 with Tier 5. An AI agent handles a single, well-defined task, like routing one specific invoice for approval. Agentic AI, however, acts as the mastermind. It orchestrates massive, multi-step workflows from start to finish.
And that leads us to the top of the evolutionary ladder, Tier 5, agentic AI, workflow orchestration.
Think of agentic AI as your highly capable digital project manager. It coordinates larger accounting workflows and can oversee incredibly complex operations across your entire department, especially during the high-pressure environment of a month-end close.
Heavy hitters like Oracle Fusion Cloud ERP and BlackLine use agentic AI to monitor closed progress, identify unresolved reconciliations, assign follow-up tasks to human staff, and track completion across various systems. Oracle actually uses AI-enabled finance capabilities to manage enterprise-wide controls, escalating only the riskiest items to you. It is essentially managing the entire enterprise workflow process on your behalf.
Okay, if you want to absolutely crush your upcoming job interviews, this right here is your cheat sheet. This is a practical breakdown mapping real-world accounting software to these 5 specific AI capability tiers. Trust me, if you can confidently explain the difference between Xero's traditional AI matching and Oracle's agentic AI workflow orchestration, you are going to stand out to absolutely any hiring manager.
By really mastering this evolutionary arc, from basic traditional data classification all the way up to agentic workflow orchestration, you can confidently position yourself as a tech-forward asset to any future employer. You aren't just a student learning debit and credit rules anymore. You are a future professional learning how to command the technology that manages those rules.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. As agentic AI increasingly coordinates routine workflows like the month-end close, how will you leverage these 5 tiers to elevate your career? The mundane, repetitive tasks are being automated, which means your human insight and your strategic thinking are about to become your most valuable tools. Thank you for joining me for this explainer, and keep looking forward.